It's that time of the show, Fantasy Booking
Okay.
316 Bash. You like that, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. This is the opening match. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Ricochet teaming up with RVD
Mm.
versus Kurt Angle and Chad Gable.
Ooh.
That's damn. It's not really a dream match, but it's like if you see that, like imagine back like SmackDown Raw being like, "Hey guys, tonight tag team match: Ricochet, RVD, Kurt Angle, Chad Gable." I'll be like,
That'd be
"Oh,
pretty sweet.
that I know." For me,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna who you got? You go ahead, go ahead.
I'm gonna go Kurt Angle and Chad Gable. It feels like they have a better like. Well, obviously, I mean, they're both. Oh, they're all experienced, but I think Kurt Angle and
Right.
Chad Gable have that more of that like that wrestler, like that
Mm,
freestyle wrestling style that they could ground. As long as they could ground Raw Van Dam and Ricochet, I think they'll
right.
win the match. They could ground them like literally take their legs out,
Who
and they
who
could win.
who's gonna get the like who's gonna get the win for that team?
I'll say Chad Gable. He's been doing a lot of good work, so
Okay.
I'll put him over, and obviously he'll have to pin like RVD just to get a little more credibility, you know?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
For me, I would go with Chad Gable and Kurt Angle, obviously.
Yeah.
But the way I would have done it is I would have had Ricochet turn on RVD,
Ooh.
being like, I don't need you.
Yeah.
And then, pushes him, like pushes him off when he's trying to go for a frog splash, and then Kurt Angle hits him with the angle slam. And
Mm.
then I actually have Kurt Angle get the W on that one.
Okay. Nice.
So I guess we're both on the same page for that
Yeah.
one. Now, for the second match for the 316 bash, I got the club, AJ Styles, the Good Brothers versus this is gonna you're gonna bear with me, all right? This is gonna be very odd. The
Okay.
Rock and the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker, six-man tag team match. I'm trying to go back to like
Mm.
SmackDown, the early SmackDown when they used to have like six-man tag team match,
Mhm.
like dream tag team matches at that time. So that's what I'm trying to go for with this one. Who do you got? The Club or the Brother of Destruction and The Rock?
I mean, you got like three Hall of Famers versus like one Hall of Famer and two guys that are like, you know,
Whoa, hold on. You don't think the Good Brothers are future Hall of Famers?
I mean, they're not in the caliber of Kane and Undertaker. It's not like they're a great tag team, obviously, in New
Right.
Japan, and they did
Yeah,
pretty much
New
every company,
Japan,
but
New
but
Japan,
you-
TNA.
you're talking about Undertaker and Kane and The Rock.
But
Like
the Good Brothers,
I know,
they're
but like,
future Hall of Famers.
oh, I'm saying, yeah, I'm not like bashing them about that. Just like if you put them head to head against The Undertaker and Kane and The Rock,
Okay,
they'll
I
get
mean,
smoked. They'll get
right.
smoked. Like I mean, no offense to the Good Brothers, they're on NXT now. I mean, NXT not a worst brand to be on, but they got
No.
demoted from the main roster to the NXT roster. So I don't know if they're on their way out or something, but AJ's doing good, but come on, Undertaker and Kane and The
Mm.
Rock, come on, that's gotta be
So you're gonna
like
go with that
God
team.
level. Yep.
Okay. Who's gonna get the win? Like the pinfall.
I'll say Undertaker with the last ride
Ooh, on
to
who?
to Carl Anderson.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, because that you're definitely going old school with that one.
Yeah.
For me, I was gonna go with the club because
Mm.
it just because the reaction, like you just said, like those three guys are Hall of Famers. And at that time, it's just like they were megastars. So the fact that you see them in the ring teaming up, you're gonna be like, oh, they're definitely gonna go over.
Yeah.
And that's when, and then that big swerve. So for me, it would be like the Rock is trying to go for the rock bottom, and then Carl Anderson's like, hey, hey, hey. The Rock pushes AJ aside, does that whole the slap, boom, right there. And then what's it called? AJ Styles roll him up, puts his leg on the ropes, One,
Mm,
2, 3, referee doesn't see it, and then they steal a win. That's how they used to do it back in the day.
yeah.
They used to cheat. Majority of the heels never won with their finishers unless it was on the pay-per-view. CM Punk versus Bret Hart. Who do you got?
Ooh. That's a tough one because they're both great. They both had their issues with WWE. A
They
lot of
have.
issues.
They have.
But you got the Anaconda Vice versus the Sharpshooter.
Mhm.
We're talking about prime Bret Hart, not like
Whatever,
BK.
whatever era you have. If you have a preference where it's like, oh well, if it's WCW Bret Hart, of course I'm gonna have Punk win. But if we're talking about the 97, 96 Bret Hart, well then that one I'm gonna have him over.
Yeah. I mean, if I were to break it down like more skill wise, I'll say Bret Hart. Like
Okay.
if it's just one on one in the ring, just like toe to toe, punch to punch for punch, I'd say Bret Hart, especially with the sharpshooter.
Hmm.
Easy, not easy win, but it'll be easier transition for him to win. It'll be a nice match in the middle, especially if it's the third match. It's like a nice flow to it. It's not like super crazy because they don't really, only CM Punk does a few things, but like it's not like super super high fly like the first
Right.
match.
He does something like it's pretty basic stuff. He
Yeah.
does, yeah, he does the springboard clothesline, you know, at the time. And that was like his only crazy high spot. But that
Yeah.
was more like a signature move for him.
Yeah.
I will agree, Bret Hart would be the obvious choice to go over CM Punk. And it just the story of it. And it's also one of those matches where you don't even need a build up. You could just be like, "Hey guys, next pay per view, we're gonna give you CM Punk and Bret Hart." And we're like, "Okay, hell yeah,
Yeah, just
that's
like go
yeah."
out there and get. Hey, give me. I'll give you 10 minutes. Go out there, kill each other or something.
They're not gonna they're not
Uh,
they're gonna have
No.
like 20, 30 minute
Yeah.
match. That's why I put them in the third card.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't gonna be no 10-minute match. I mean, you can, and I'm pretty sure they don't need 20, 30-minute match.
Yeah.
I feel like if they just go ahead and bell to bell and be like, "Hey, no lockups, just go straight at it." I feel
Mm,
like they'll tell a good story in 10 minutes. So yeah, Bret Hart definitely he's gonna go over with the sharpshooter, and it's gonna be some. I feel like it's gonna be something similar with like Stone Cold Steve Austin like passing out,
mm.
um, or CM Punk's trying to go for the GTS, and then he like gets out of it and does a roll up or something. So I feel like that's the way to go for Bret Hart.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't even have like a finisher. I mean, the power driver was his finisher, but it's not a finisher these days no more.
Yeah. No, they're like, nope.
So this is the fourth match. So the fourth match, it's gonna be a last man standing match. Kevin Owens versus Mankind.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay. Hmm. I'll say mankind.
Mankind for this one.
Yeah.
See, the way I would do it is I don't know.
Cause
How would you have Mankind go over?
I would say, cause come on, it's like, well, Kevin Owens does hardcore stuff, but mankind, aka Cactus
He is
Jack,
hardcore.
aka yeah, he made the hardcore division. Japan, him with Terry Funk, like,
Mhm.
dude, that was nuts. How would I go over? This is the last man standing. It'll be I don't know. It's kind of tough because they're both not like those. They're not the fastest guys. Well, Kevin
Right.
Owens is faster, but not the
But
fastest.
yeah, but regardless, it has nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
It's just more of like who could take a beating, and regardless of who could take the beating, like how would you even like book this match to go
yeah.
over? Like the only way I don't see, like if I was gonna book this match, I would have both met. Like I feel like it would be a double contest. Or no
Okada.
contest, yeah, double count no contest or whatever, however
Hmm.
last man standing goes. But like the way I would do it, I'd be like Mankind, maybe like in a stage or something. Mankind takes the stunner, he gets up, and then Kevin Owens trying to go for another stunner, but this time he gets the claw on him.
Ooh.
Mankind, and then they both like fell off the stage through some tables.
Oh wow.
and then they just both go down. I mean, Mankind could get up from that.
Yeah,
So,
that's the thing. He
you
got off
know,
from a Hell in a Cell. He could get up for anything, like literally twice.
that's
Just
true. But like I feel like something like that, I feel like Mankind would be like, no, let's both go out, you know.
yeah, this is one of those matches where like even if you fantasy book it, like it's hard to like either one to win. Like they both have to be out. Like you, I agree with the double count out or the no contest. It's like and then so that leaves anticipation. Like what if they did it again? Like how would they?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to do that unless somebody cheats. But
It makes it easier because especially if you could build it up to the next pay-per-view where it's like,
mm,
oh, hey, you know what? If these two guys, since technically they lost, but they also won,
yeah,
so there's technically no real loser because it's basically a draw. Where it's like you could put these two men into a
mm,
title picture and make it a triple threat.
yeah,
Or, break it down where it's like, oh, Kevin Owens will be the first guy to get a title shot, and then and the next pay-per-view is gonna be Mankind, something
yeah.
like that. And also it saves both of them, and I feel like they're both
Mm.
winners. I feel like because they're gonna tear the house down. You already
Oh
know
yeah,
that. You know
oh
they're
yeah,
gonna tear the house down.
oh yeah.
So this one's gonna be an unusual one. I don't know how much you're gonna like this one,
Mm.
but I figured, you know what? Why not? I got the New Day versus DX, Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Who do you got?
Oh, DX.
DX all the way.
Yeah, because it's like, wait, who's New Day though? Is it Kofi and
Kof,
Xavier?
Kofi and Xavier.
Okay, so if it was Big E, I'd probably lean more towards New Day because it's Big E.
Mm.
But like, come on, you got Triple H and Shawn Michaels, man. Don't smoke. Like if you said DX, if DX, if you put like Kofi, no offense to Kofi, but like and Xavier versus like Road Dogg and Billy Gunn or Road Dogg and X Pac,
Mhm.
yeah, I'll probably have it more towards New Day. But Triple H and Shawn Michaels, come on, man,
Mm. I said,
can't
no,
beat
I'm
that.
not disagreeing. I see your point. Yeah. And for me, the way I'll get the ending is super kick to Xavier, pedigree to what's it called? To pedigree
Kofi.
to Kofi.
Hmm.
No, sorry. Super kick to Xavier, right?
Hmm.
Super kick to Kofi. But I would do is tell Kofi when you take the super kick, you're supposed to feed to Triple H, right? So he
Yeah.
could hit the pedigree,
Yeah.
the double team. But I would tell Kofi to mess it up on purpose.
Oh.
But Triple H would know about it, right? Like, hey,
Yeah.
he's gonna mess up on purpose. So that way you could be like, you stupid.
Yeah.
And then hit him with the pedigree after something like what Randy Orton did.
Oh yeah.
And then get the 1, 2, 3, you stupid. All right. Now, once again, I did a double main event.
Okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, 98 versus this current version, Drew McIntyre. Who do you got?
I say Stone Cold, 98.
Okay,
Because I'm
yeah.
biased, but come on, like, dude, Stone Cold,
98, yeah. Not yeah.
if they had the crowds they have back then in 98 now,
Hmm.
holy moly, that atmosphere was insane. And Stone Cold was so over, like
Yeah.
you even hear his name and people are like everybody stood up. I mean McIntyre's doing good work right now, but at the same time you can't beat like Stone Cold kind of like
No.
or face, bad guy or good guy. He was every time his music hit and the beers and all that, dude, that thing was insane.
I feel like the only time I could see like Drew, if it's like a one-time thing, obviously Stone Cold Steve Austin. If they had a
Mhm.
rivalry going on, of course, I could see I would actually book Drew McIntyre to win the first match to make him look strong, But I
Yeah,
wouldn't do a clean slate. It would be like Stone Cold going down the ring and then Drew McIntyre attacks him
yeah.
and then just beats him up and out before the match, throws him in, and oh, Stone Cold, do you want to continue? Yeah, hell yeah, I do. And then boom, Claymore, you know.
Ooh,
So that's like so like basically before the match, I'll have them wrestle for like a good 5 minutes.
Okay.
or fight. Basically, they're not
Yeah.
wrestling. Fight for a good 5 minutes, and then Drew McIntyre hits him with a steel chair, throws him in the ring, and then let's go, ring the bell, and then okay, Stone Cold wants to continue, ring the bell, boom, Claymore, 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
So, but if it was something like, nah, this is a big money match where it's like we need a fair winner, then I'm definitely gonna go with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. Me too. I mean, yeah, I would end it the same way. Like for me, it would be Drew McIntyre goes for the Claymore, Stone Cold blocks him, turns him around, Stone Cold Stunner, like clean, you know.
Mm.
So it's like he almost hit it, but then he like grabs him or something,
I
takes
wouldn't
him
say
down.
grab him. I would say move out of the way, and
Yeah, move out of the way.
that way he could take a bump,
Yeah, and then
take that
Stone Cold
bump.
bang.
Yeah, take that bump, and then he looks at him, flicks him off, and then boom, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stone Cold Stunner. So now here's the other double main event: Stone Cold Steve Austin, 03, teaming up with Becky Lynch, 2019, against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon of 2000.
Ooh.
Who do you got? This is the last match of the card.
If you put it head to head, I'll say Becky and Stone Cold. No
Mhm.
offense to Steph, she was great in 2000s, but like she
She
doesn't have the
wasn't a
talent of
wrestler.
Becky.
Yeah.
No, like Becky is a wrestler. Like
Mhm.
she could smoke her with one manhandle slam and that's it, you know.
Right.
And Stone
I
Cold, obviously Stone Cold Triple H, I'm not downgrading his role in the match, but like if it was like man to man, woman to woman, there's no,
Becky,
you know, two
Becky,
to one
it's
for
yeah.
sure. Like it's 2-1, honestly. Steph might try, but she gonna get like disarmed by by
Even if you do, even if I say Triple H and Stephanie from WrestleMania 34 that face Ronda
and The Rock.
and the no Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle. Oh,
It
okay.
was supposed to be Batista. Well, it was supposed to be The Rock, then Batista, and then it became Kurt Angle.
Wow.
So, uh, but even with that one, it was just like there's still no way, you know. It's still, I mean, I feel like, but I will say, if we would get that era of Stephanie and Triple H, 2018, it would be like match of the night or match of the year. You know, if the 2000 version, it would be like, all right,
I mean,
it's gonna be one of those forgettable moment matches where it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that match.
yeah,
You know, because at that time it's Stephanie. Stephanie would just be the underdog and she'd just be there.
yeah. It's
So
like, oh, I just need to be it just needs to be a woman with Triple H in the
mhm,
match. It can't be like 2-on-1. But
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's just like it wouldn't even be a six woman mixed. It will not be a mixed tag team match in that kind of era. But regardless, I feel like even with Stone Cold and Stephanie, I mean Stone Cold and Triple H, they're gonna have a great match. And then even you know, if especially if you make the rules where hey Becky could be in the ring with Triple H to do some bumps, then oh yeah, then there's gonna be some great moments. But Stephanie at that time she did know how to take some bumps, so she could get in the ring with Becky. But it's just gonna that's basically all gonna be, you know, Becky tossing Stephanie around.
yeah,
So, but like they would have to build up that story, like, okay, Stephanie has to be annoying as hell because she's gonna get her ass kicked in that
yeah.
match. But regardless, I would have Becky go over,
Yep,
giving the manhandle slam on Stephanie McMahon getting the 1, 2, 3.
yeah. Good choice.